So let me start with the Visual Studio Code, and I'm trying to opening the last folder, whatever the folder we got for the class. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to opening the folder, open folder, and I'm trying to creating a new folder here into the (19 by 10). Sorry, this is something like 21 by 10. I'm just copying the things. Okay, select the folder. So inside this folder, I'm trying to creating a new file here. New, just notes. So don't worry, notes will be shared today. Definitely. I hope all the recorded sessions are there in the YouTube. You people are following the recorded sessions. And please provide likes and comments for that. And every session will be uploaded in the YouTube only. Every session for Python, every session for the UI, every session for the Java will upload in the YouTube only. And let me go. So we have different editors seen in the last class. We have seen different editors in the last class. So what are the different editors we seen in the last class? So we seen something like ideally. We see something like ideally, and we seen something like Sublime Text, and we seen something like Visual Studio Code also. Visual Studio Code, and I told you there is a one more thing called Anaconda Navigator. There is a one thing called Anaconda Navigator. Inside the Anaconda Navigator, the first one is Jupyter Notebook. The first one is Jupyter Notebook, and one more thing is Spider. And after that, we have something like PyCharm. PyCharm is the one more editor we will be using for Python. And one more thing I shown last class, something like Google Colab. Google Colab. In Google Colab, you can use same Jupyter Notebook. In Google Colab, you can use the same Jupyter Notebook, but this will be in the cloud. This will be in the cloud. No need to install. This will be in the cloud. No need to install. Okay. So let us try to see the Anaconda Navigator installation. So I will try to install Anaconda Navigator also in this system, and I will try to install PyCharm also in this system later. Okay, don't worry about it. But let me go with some other topics in Python today. It is already late to start the topics and all. So today I'm going to be showing some Python mandatory functions. Some mandatory functions are there. We try to work out with the Python mandatory functions. The first function is print function. What is Svetan will learn? The first function is the print function. The second function is something like input function. And one more important function is the type function. One more important function is type function. And we try to understand these three functions first. We try to understand these three functions first. First function is print function. Second function is input function. Third function is type function. So what about the print function is? Print function. Let me try to write down about the print function. Print is Python predefined function. Print is Python predefined function. Sorry, Python predefined function, which is using for print statements. Print statements. That's it. Print is Python predefined function which is using for print statements. Okay. So what is the syntax of the print? What is the syntax of the print? Okay. One more important point I want to tell you before this. One more important note point I want to tell you guys. Python is case sensitive. Python is case sensitive. Python is case sensitive. It means what? Capital is capital, smaller is smaller. Capital is capital, smaller is smaller. Smaller is smaller. It means what? For example, here this is one print, this is one print. But this is a right function. This is the right function for Python. But whenever you go with the capital P printer, Python cannot give the answer for you. And it is the wrong syntax. This is the wrong syntax. This is the wrong syntax. Why? Because of print always go with the small letters. Print always go with the small letters. Right. So let me go with the print function. So how to write the print function? What is the syntax for the print function? Syntax for the print function is very simple. You can just write like a print and open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Open parenthesis, close parenthesis. But here in the print, you can give the single quotes. Here in the print, you can give the double quotes. Here in the print, you can give the single quotes. Here in the print, you can give the double quotes. Here you can give the triple single quotes, and here you can give the triple double quotes also. Triple double quotes also. Okay, one thing is single quotes, one thing is double quotes, one thing is triple single quotes, one thing is triple double quotes also. So like this, you can write your statements. Like this, you can write your statements using with the print function. Like this, you can write your statements using with the print function. Let me do one program. So let me save as print. I'm saving the program as print 12 p.m. Python 21/10, and I'm saving the file. File name is something like print underscore function. Print underscore function dot py. Dot py, don't forget. Dot py, don't forget. Why? Because of dot py is mandatory whenever you want to define some Python file. Whenever you want to define some Python file, dot py is mandatory. Print function is the file name. Print function is the file name. Dot py is the extension. So just give the save here. Just give the save here. Now I am trying to writing the different prints. Okay, so print small letters, small quotes I am writing. In the small quotes, I am trying to writing something like Python programming. Python programming. That is the first one. That is the first one. And the second one, you can give the double quotes also. The first one is double quotes open. Second one is double quotes close. First one is double quotes open, double quotes close. And one more thing, I want to write the print with a triple single quotes open, triple single quote close. You can write the print function like this also. One more print, triple double quotes open, charger. Triple double quotes open, and same like Python programming. So I just want to write the same statement, Python programming. And here also triple double quotes. Triple double quotes. Okay, fine. So these are the four different statements. The first statement is single quotes. Second statement is double quotes. Third statement is triple single quotes. Fourth statement is triple double quotes open, triple double quotes close. Okay, so fine. I just want to execute the program. So how to execute this program? Executing this program is very simple. You can click on the play button. You can just click on the play button. When you click on the play button, automatically you can see the output now. So how I can see the output now? Can you see the output here? Everybody can see the output now. Everybody can see the output now. Just ping me in the chat box. Print function can be utilized using with the single quotes, using with the double quotes, using with the triple single quotes, using with the triple double quotes also in Python. Okay, there are multiple ways you can work on print function. Okay, so you may ask a question, sir, can I write a print function like this? Can I write a print function like this? I am opening with double quotes and I am writing something like Python. Then I am writing single quote close. When I am writing single quote close, starting with double quotes, ending with single quotes. Starting with double quotes, ending with single quotes. This will give you error. This will give you error. Sorry, this will not give the output for you. This will give you error. So let me execute the same program again. If I execute the same program again, so the total program is not working. Why? Because of the last print. Last print is having issue. Last print having issue. Sir, can I have the difference between the single quotes? Narsara, both are same. There is no difference. There is no difference. You can use single quotes, you can use double quotes, you can use triple single quotes, you can use triple double quotes also. There is no much difference. There is no difference. You can use anything, but remember the point. Whenever you start with the single quote, end with the single quote. Whenever you start with the double quote, end with the double quote. Whenever you start with the triple single quote, close with the triple single quote. When you start with the triple double quote, close with the triple double quote only. That is the important thing. That is the important thing. Okay, so fine, I can just comment it. So control backslash, select the code and control backslash, that is comment. Okay, now I want to write one more print of started with the single quotes and closing with the double quotes. Starting with the single quotes, closing with the double quotes. And here, this is also issue. This is also issue. So you cannot write the program like that. If you start with the single quote, close with the single quote. If you start with the double quotes, close with the double quotes. That is the pattern of the Python programming. Okay, don't write like this. If you are writing like this, you cannot able to execute the program. So this is a problem again. So you can comment it. You can comment it. Okay. So let's try to execute about the comments also. And after the things, after this statements, input and type, then we will go with the comments also. We will discuss about the comments also. Comments is a separate topic. We'll discuss about the comments in Python also. Okay. Now we are just talking about the print function here. We are just talking about the print function here. That is the reason I'm writing the print here like this. Okay, for example, I want to define the name. Name is equal to something like Srinivas. I'm just defining the name like this. So print of name, just specify the name. Here in this case, don't use single quotes, don't use double quotes, don't use triple single quotes, don't use triple double quotes. Why? Because of you are actually accessing your variable. You are having variable like name. You are trying to accessing your variable name. What is the variable name? Just like name. Don't give single quotes, don't give double quotes. If you are providing the single quotes again, what is the name now? Yeah, it will give you the output. Output is not having the issue, but output is just like name. Output is just like a string. Output is just like a string. It is not actually taking the Srinivas. If you want to use Srinivas, then you have to call the name without single quotes, without double quotes. Why? Because this is the value which is storing into the variable called name. Or let me give the my name, something like my underscore name. So I just want to access the my name here. When I'm trying to accessing the my name here, when I'm saying my name here, so finally my name should come. Anyone can give a print. Sir, am I right? Yes, yes, anyone you can give for print. Okay, let me execute this. Now finally Srinivas is coming. Srinivas is coming now. Okay, so you may ask a question, sir, I want to print my name is Srinivasa. Okay, so print, then you can keep your single quotes. For example, my name is, and then comma, and use your variable. Your variable is my name. My name is, just give the comma and comma separated. This is a string. This is your custom string. This is your custom string and comma separated. And finally, I'm taking the variable called my name. Finally, execute the program. You can have output as my name is Redis. You can have the output as my name is Redis. That's all. That's all. This is the way of printing the variables. You can print n number of variables. There is no restriction. You can print n number of variables. There is no restriction. So I hope everybody getting understand how the things are going to be happening here. Sabia and Bhavani, Davashala, Manogna, Narsarao, Praveen, Vaish, Yashashvi, Ravikumar. Yes, fine. Yes, fine. Right. Now let us go with the one more function. We have the one more function called input function. What about the input function? We try to understand the input function, right? Input function is input also small letters. Input function is Python predefined function. Python predefined function. which is using for take input from user. Take input from user. Take input from user. Okay, that's all. Okay, again for input also you can use single quotes. For input also you can take double quotes. For input also, again input is basically taking the string kind of data. Input is taking string kind of data. So you can use a triple single quotes, you can use a triple double quote also. Okay. But whenever you inserted something, input takes only string kind of data. Input takes or accepts. Input takes or accepts only string kind of data. So we try to understand how the input function is working. What is the importance of the input function? How input function is working and what is the importance of the input function, we try to understand by taking the program. I will take a new program to work on input function. Anybody have any questions on this? You please let me know. Yes, fine. So let me take the new program. After the print, I am taking the new program for inputs. Input function. Program name is something like input function. Input underscore function dot py. Input function dot py. So let me take first name. First name is equal to input of enter your first name. Enter your first name. That's all. Okay. Print first name. Print first name. That's all. That's all. So first name is the variable. So input is actually user giving some value as input. That value is going to be storing into the first name. That value is going to be recognizing by the printer. So first of all, when I execute the program, it is actually prompting us. It is actually prompting us, please enter your first name. Please enter your first name. Whenever I enter my first name, that first name is actually storing into the first name variable. And immediate line, what is going to be happening? Printing the first name. That's all. In immediate line, what is happening? Printing the first name. Just execute the program. So the program is actually prompting me. The program is prompting me, enter your first name. Can you see here? Enter your first name. So I am trying to entering my first name as Srinivas. Okay, so Srinivas came into the output. When I enter, automatically my name is actually coming like this. Everybody getting understand how the thing is happening like this? Okay, for example, okay, let me give the please enter your first name. Please enter your first name. Okay. Now I'm taking the second name also or last name. Last name, last underscore name. Please enter your last name. Please enter your last name. Use the last name variable also. Use the last name also. Last name. Okay. Save it. Printing the first name, printing the last name. Okay. So what my requirement is, I want to get like first name is or your first name is comma first name. Your first name is comma first name and your last name is then comma your last name is then comma last name. Okay, fine. So I just want to execute the program. When I execute the program, what is happening, guys? When I execute the program, what is happening? Please enter your first name. It is asking me enter your first name first of all. Okay, Srinivas. Okay, your first name is Srinivas. That line was entered. That line was executed. So immediately it is prompting actually enter your last name. So I am trying to entering my last name. I am trying to entering my last name. So your last name is something like that. So end of the day, End of the day, what my requirement is, your full name something. Your full name also need to be printed. Okay, how to print full name? Anybody guess how to print the full name here? Please guess how to print the full name here. What is the process of the printing full name? First name is there, last name is there. First name is actually taking as input, last name also taking as input. How to print the full name now? Any guess? Any guess? Please answer here. What is the solution? What is the solution for getting the full name? I want to print the full name. What is the solution for that? First name okay, last name okay. I want to get the full name. Full name is something like a first name plus last name. First name plus last name. That is something like a string concatenation. That is something like a string concatenation. I want to concatenate both strings now. Okay, finally, I want to print, okay, full name. Now, full name, your full name is, just observe, your full name is, then first name plus last name. First name plus last name. So, am I correct here? Am I correct here? Your full name is first name plus last name. Your full name is first name plus last name. So it will give you the output or not. Execute it. Let me clear this. Execute it. So it is asking me enter your first name. Enter your first name. I am trying to enter in the first name as Srinivas. And I am trying to enter in the last name as something like Gaurav. And finally, your full name is, your first name is Srinivas, your last name is Gaurav, and full name is Srinivas Gaurav. So end of the day, you can get your full name like this. Using with the print function, using with the input function, we are taking the inputs from the user. We are taking inputs from the user. This is the one simple program you can able to work out. Everybody getting to understand how input is working, how input function is working. Input function actually taking the input from the user. I am the user now for this program. I am the user. It is prompting me enter your first name. I am entering the first name. Whenever I enter in the first name, so just observe. It is actually prompting me this one. If I enter some Srinivas kind of thing, it is actually storing into the first name and printing the first name. And immediately it is actually prompting me like this. When I enter some value, that is storing into this and printing here. And finally, I want to print the both things, this plus this. First name plus last name. Program is very simple. Program is very simple. Even programming also very simple. If you understand, program is simple. Programming is also simple. ప్రోగ్రామ్ చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది, ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయడం కూడా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది ఎప్పుడైతే మీకు అర్థమవుతుందో. whenever you confused, automatically total things will be confused. Okay, so don't worry. So let me write down one small program. Let me write down one small program for the one more thing. One more function is there called a type function. Type function. We try to understand the type function also. What is the benefit of the type function? What is the type function is? Type function. It's a function. Type is Python predefined function. Type is Python predefined function using for checking data type of the variable, checking the data type of the variable, checking the data type of the variable or identifier, checking the data type of the variable or identifier, checking the type of the variable or identifier. Now just give the type of the thing. Just say the type. For example, x is equal to 10. I want to say type of x. What is the type of x? It will give you the output as integer. It will give you type output as integer. Name is equal to Srinivas. For example, I'm defining name is Srinivas. If I say, when I say type of the name, it will give you the output as str, string kind of data. Just type is specifying the type of the data. Type is specifying type of the data. Okay. Now let me take a new program called type function. So type underscore function, type function dot py, type function dot py. Okay, so the same program, x is equal to 10 and type of x, type of x, y is equal to 10.56, type of y, type of y, z is equal to something like Srinivas, type of z, type of z. Finally, I'm writing the type function, which is actually giving the data type of the particular variable. Data type of the particular variable. Okay. Let me try to execute this program. Let me try to execute this program. So you can able to see. Okay, what is the issue? Program not saved. Okay. Print of type of x. I want to say print first. Print of type of x. I want to print the type actually. Without print, you cannot able to see the outputs. But this is not Jupyter Notebook. If it is Jupyter Notebook, only you can say type. But I want to go with the print here. Without printing, you cannot able to print the type of the data. So print of type of x, print of type of y, print of type of z. Now finally, the first one is integer type, second one is floating type, third one is string. The class type is integer. Second, the class type of please give box is available. If I'm asking questions, please respond with me. Otherwise, I'm not able to understand if people are understanding or not. If people respond here in the chat box. So this is the type function. Let me go with the one more function. One more predefined function in Python is there. That is called ID function. ID function. ID function. What is the ID function is? Let me go with the ID function also. ID is one more predefined Python function. ID is actually predefined function. Again, ID is a predefined function. In Python, using for identification of the variable, identification of the variable, give a location of the variable. Okay, so let me take the same program, copy the same program, take the new program, save it as ID function, ID underscore function. Program name is ID function dot py. Dot py means dot py is the extension for the Python programs. Okay, paste here. Print of type of x, and I want to see the print of ID of x also. Okay, take the one more print. Take the one more print. Take the one more print. Every time I want to say the type, every time I want to say the ID. ID of x also, ID of y also, ID of z also. Okay. Here I am having three variables x, y, z. I am having three variables x, y, z. For x, I am going with the type. For x, I am going with the ID. For y, I am going with the type. For y, I am going with the ID. For z, I am going with the type. For z, I am going with ID. Finally, execute the program. If you execute the program, you can see something like disturbance. Who is the disturbance? Please mute yourself, guys. If anybody, okay, please mute yourself. Don't unmute yourself. If I'm talking, you don't unmute yourself. People will get disturbed. Right. So can you see the program? Can you see the outputs now? Can you see the outputs now? The first one is integer, and it is the location of the integer. It is the location of the variable. Second one is float, location got changed. Third one is string, location got changed. ID is the location, identification. ID is the location, identification. Identification of the particular variable, whatever you have. Whatever you have. So that is the one simple program which is going to be available with ID function. So finally, we discussed totally 4 functions today. The first function is print function. Second function is input function. Third function is type function. Fourth function is ID function. Everybody got understand about these four functions? Print, input, type, ID. Four functions we discussed: print function, input function, type function, ID function. From Python predefined functions. These four are Python predefined functions. Print is using for printing the statements. Input is using for taking the input from the user. Type is the function giving the data type of the variable. ID is the function which is actually giving the identification of that particular variable. Everybody got understand how this is going to be happening with? Everybody got understand how this is going to be happening with? Yes, Sabi, Manogna, Bhavani, Manogna, Ravi Kumar. Right. So there is a one more important concept which is going to be available coming in the next class, that is called type conversion. Type conversion. How the type conversion is going to be working? How the type conversion is going to be working? This is the big topic actually. This will take a long time. So that is the reason I will continue this particular topic in the coming day tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be having the type conversion topic. Okay, all the recorded sessions which are available in the YouTube, everyday recorded session which is available in the YouTube. At the same time, everyday notes also we will be shared today. Today notes will be shared for your email IDs. Don't worry. So I hope you people are subscribed the channel. If you subscribe the channel, automatically updates will come to you. Whenever I upload the video, you can get the update for that. Okay, slowly I will improve the timings of the session also. Right now I am taking the only 40 minutes time. Later we will be having the 1.5 hour section, 1.5 hour time section also. If it is possible tomorrow onwards, please follow the YouTube. If it is possible tomorrow onwards, I will take the 2 sessions per day. It means 1.5 hour, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, like that. I will take 2 sessions for each and every day. Okay, so please slowly take the subject, slowly inject your subject into the mind, slowly practice the programming. Programming is very, very simple. End of the day, you people want to become a full stack web developers or data scientists or AI engineers also. So thanks for attending the session. Have a good day. See you signing off. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, please ready for 1.5 hour session. Thanks a lot, guys.